This is another typical flood match. This is from yesterday, Saturday night, I think it was. And I'm just pausing here to make a snide comment. That's kind of a bad habit to get into, because, you know, these matches, I kind of have a pretty good idea of what I'm supposed to be doing right from the start, and I get a little bit behind schedule if I stop there to make my snide comment, but sometimes I just feel like I have to. Which I don't really have to, but that's what makes it a bad habit, I guess. You know, it's kind of like a game of pool, you know, it's you're trying to get a good break right at the beginning and get an advantage there, which we did not get the break at this point. Which means we don't have center, which is what it comes down to, and we've taken Flood as a consolation prize. But the big problem, of course, as always, is that we don't have center, and that puts our prime in jeopardy. It was an interesting match. Well, I guess it's interesting in the sense that you sometimes wonder why things. Oh my God, that hurt. That's painful. I don't know what that Nightshade was doing out there, but he had no business being there at all. Okay, so, you know, things are not going well, and I'm reduced to defending our prime, because somebody has to. It's one of those unglamorous jobs that everybody runs away from, and which is why the prime goes down, because nobody wants to defend it. Everybody wants to be the big hero and fly the orb off into space somewhere, you know, meanwhile your prime goes down. Well, somebody has to sit here and defend it, see, that's why. You know, and I think a lot of being a decent player on this game is just being willing to do the shit work like that, you know. Somebody has to defend stuff, somebody has to do the stuff that needs to be done so that other people can, you know, fly through space with the orb hanging off of and stuff. So yeah, here I am, no vehicles, no orb, nothing, so I'm just sitting here hanging out looking at the map, and oh, look at that. You know you're in trouble when the enemy's doing stuff like that, you know, blowing up their vehicles and stuff just to mess with you at your own core. That's not good. We've already got them 20 points down though. We've already, you know, we've timed out the flood node once. So, you know, that's heartening. That means, you know, we're not complete idiots here. Although we did lose a fair number of these matches. Mainly on this match, you end up losing because people run the orb to center when the enemy is timing down flood and almost has it, or because they hold the orb at flood when they should be using it to get center. That's a lot of it, really. You know, it's just not using the resources correctly. You just have to keep watching that map and making good decisions about which way to go. And it becomes tough when you're getting pushed into a corner like we are here. I mean, here they're threatening on both. You know, they've got flood and they're working on our prime. Now we got our prime. So I feel okay about spending my time over here trying to take flood back and not really doing very good at it. And yeah, we're still ahead, but they're pushing us back pretty good. They've got flood again. Notice you can see our orb there sitting there motionless, but people are picking it up, so it's not completely bad. And defensive prime is going all right. But now the nuke has come in, so things are happening very fast. The orb died, went back to prime, and somebody's got it again. I'm just going to follow the guy with the orb, except he's going the way I didn't think he should go. See, here's a case, you know. The flood has 20 seconds on it, and where does the orb go? He went to our prime. Why did he do that? Well, that's the decision he made. I don't think it was the right decision, but I guess he felt like it was important to defend the prime. Well, maybe that was a good idea, because you see the blue orb heading that way. But in the meantime, it meant that yeah, it was. We had to come back here and take flood, because if we hadn't took that, we'd have lost 20 points there for sure. So. Was it the wrong thing? Was it the right thing? Well, I don't know. But the blue orb was over there, and we did manage to hold it, so it worked out. That's all that matters. I probably would have gone for flood, you know. Maybe that would have worked out. I don't know. Probably not worth worrying about so much. Try not to, you know. I just watch what the other guy does and try to work with him, you know. He won for prime, so I went to flood. So that worked out. This did not work out so well. I kind of figured, well, I wanted to head over towards center, but I seen the guy heading over there toward flood. Try to support him, but I was a little bit too far away for that. Probably should have followed him. There we are. And since I went this way, yeah, now center is going down, but there's a fight for it. Looks like our prime's probably going to get hit. Yep, there it goes. So I need to get the hell out of here and go back that way. You know, again, just watching the map, and I'm spending way too much time over here by center. I really need to get over there by our prime, but I'm getting obsessed with shooting this guy.
Defend the floodgate node.
Yeah, see, I've been wasting my time all this time. If you spend 30 seconds over here, and then blue takes the flood anyway, you've just wasted all your time since you were there. Plus, they had your prime all that time, so that really wasn't a good choice, I don't think. Not for me, anyway.
Man the nightshade.
And now I'm trying to follow our orb carrier at the... Well, that wasn't quick enough to help him out, so I'm going to head back over here and try to pick up on the next orb carrier. And there's nobody here, so I'm going to jump out and run it myself.
I have the orb.
That's right. I'm not going to sit there in the Viper and look at the orb for 30 seconds, hoping somebody picks it up. No, I'm going to pick it up and run it myself. I know there are people who frown on running the orb on foot. You know, under no circumstances will they do it, but I have my own philosophical opinion on that, which is that it's better to run the damn thing on foot than to leave it motionless.
I have the orb.
Because, yeah, you can't cap on foot sometimes. It depends on how well defended the point you're going at is, but
Red core is secure.
Going after on foot, it's not the optimum situation, but it's one step better than not going at all.
Attack the floodgate node.
And I would have liked to gone to center here, but I didn't have. But I am a little bit reluctant to try to take the orb to center on foot. It can be done, but it's not something I necessarily want to try. It is easier to take it to flood on foot. You can usually make that, depending on how closely they've got it defended. I'm not going to make it this time, but somebody's going to pick it up. Somebody else will pick it up and do the cap.
Defend
So we'll get that.
node.
And go right back. Hit it again.
The center node.
I have the orb.
And so so you know, you keep running the orb over and over again. You know, if you're lucky, and if the other teammates aren't going after it, and you're making good decisions, you can build up the whole map this way. I've got a pretty good chance of taking their prime now.
Attack the enemy
And
prime
flood
node.
just went down, but fuck it, I'm going after their enemy prime. Let's see if I don't remember if I got this. Maybe I did. Yeah, I think I did get it this time. Yeah, there we go. Fortunately, we had some of the other teammates there helping out because they were holding their nose, they're holding their orb there. But
Attack the floodgate node.
he went down, and that was it. And want to keep the pressure up, so I'll keep grabbing this orb as long as the other teammates will let me do it, until somebody else starts jumping there, grabbing it before I can get there. I want to run it as much as possible, so I make sure somebody runs it the right way, of course, you know, because these other people, they'll take it off to God knows where, unlike me. Yeah, I'm going to go after it again, but this time somebody got it, so yeah, I'm going to sit. So instead, I'm going to sit here and defend, and wait and see what happens with the orb this time. Where's he going? Looks like he's on foot, which is unfortunate, because that's a long way to go. And if it was me at this point, I'd be looking at cap and flood.
Attack the floodgate node.
But no, he's going for EP. He might, no. He might have made it there, but we weren't able to hold center, see? But I'm going to do a grand job of knocking out people here, and we're eventually going to take center back, I think. Yep, there we go. And there's a guy on the ground there, so I'm going to jump out here and help heal it. And hopefully nobody up blue shows up in the next few seconds while we're sitting out here on the ground all vulnerable and shit. And probably going to get back into this thing. I would have got into one of the hamster balls, but the other people, they were a little too quick to grab those. That's okay. It wasn't a huge disaster to lose the Nemesis at that point, because they really didn't have a whole lot of health on them. But now we're in trouble. Blue snuck the roar back in there, and we're trying to take this shit down, but our prime's going to go down before we can do it. And the flood is ticking down as well, so at this point, we're just in a heap of shit. Ah, there's our orb. He made it over here just in time to get stranded, so we're in real bad shape. Oh, and there's our, yeah, there you go. There's more good news for you. Somebody caught our shade and one of our hamster balls with an EMP mine there. There's a couple of our people hanging around over there. Hopefully they'll recover those vehicles. But I guess I felt like it was more important to come over here and try to take our prime back, because that is how you score. And flood is ticking down for blue again, so I feel like I need to. There's really 13 seconds is not much. And no, I don't think. No, we did manage to take it down. That's pretty amazing. And they capped it right back again, but that's okay. That's 60 seconds. 60 seconds. That's eternity. We could win this game in 60 seconds. Well, theoretically, maybe. I don't think I've ever seen that. So yeah, I think getting half the team stranded over there by center and losing flood at the same time, maybe that was the low point for us in this game. This bit of a nail biter. The one after this was, even harder fought, but so I was a little. Oh god, that's why you want to be a little bit careful about chasing around and chasing the nightshade around, because he can turn around and squish it. Yeah, I had to think about which one of these to post. I mean, because both of these were pretty hard fought. The second one after this was even more hard fought than this one. But I thought maybe I looked a little. I don't know. I'd probably like to post both of them, as long as maybe not one right after the other, because I do try to mix these up a little bit. Even though, yeah, I know there's only like 5 or 6 maps to get played. Oh. And yeah, this will go to overtime. It's gonna come down to.
Grab your orb. Attack the enemy prime node.
I've got the orb.
I don't remember exactly how this ended up. I think we ended up, just timing it out basically. Yeah, you can see them trying to bring their dark walker in over here. That's good. Still managed to cap flood on a regular basis. It came up. We played flood earlier tonight. Somebody pulled a really mean trick on me. I was running the orb over to take flood back just in the nick of time, and I got over there with like 3 seconds to spare. I was like, oh, I'll just jump right on it, because there's only that one guy over there. And what did he do? He pulled out the nuke. He fucking nuked me to keep me from capping flood, and then they got their 20 points. That was pretty mean. I've never seen anyone do that one before. That's pretty good use. I'm gonna have to remember that. And yeah, I was a little low on health to try that. There's some good players on here. You can expect to see some defense if they know what they're doing. You don't want to. You probably don't want to try that approach if you're as low as health as I was at that point.
Attack the floodgate node.
And that's also one of the arguments for why you probably shouldn't try this shit on foot. But you don't really have a choice about it often. If you're on one of these teams where people like to fly off with the Vipers instead of towing the orb with it, like they should be doing. Well, yeah, I'm doing what I can. Oh, and here I am. You know, what am I going to do? I'm going to fly up with the Viper, of course, you know. Well, I have to, because our orb's doing what?
I've got the orb.
Our orb's doing what? Loitering by the flood node. Well, I give in to the temptation to grab one of these Vipers and do something with it other than tow the orb. I mean, if these people are just gonna take the orb and hang around the flood with it anyway, why not? And here we go, yeah. Use it to get the nuke. Heal it up a little bit, and I'm not just gonna jump blindly into it because I know off to the right, inevitably, there's gonna be two blue guys standing there to Averil it like they've just done, so that's the end of my ride. And I seen the blue orb heading over this way, so I knew they're getting ready to cap center, so I'm gonna want to get into position to nuke center back again. Although I probably should have waited about 2-3 more seconds so that I could have actually took it down. And of course their nemesis is up there too, so I got to deal with him also. Which I think I'm just gonna manage to do. I'm not gonna be able to kill it, but the guy's gonna jump out of it, which was not a good move on his part. Although I did not survive that encounter. And they ended up with the center also, but our orb's coming in. Okay, so we're going to get it back, I think, maybe. I hope. Yep, there we go. And seeing that, I'm going to head right back here because I know the orb's going to spawn again. But, yeah, got other people grabbing it. And what's he doing with it? Going the wrong way with it. He's going to our prime. Oh, no, there he goes. He's headed toward center, which is what he should be doing. Which is a good thing, because I wasn't going to last too long there. And I'm going to go back here and try to grab it again. But once again, it kind of comes in waves, you know. People are being all hot to grab the orb right now, whereas before, you notice, they were all ignoring it completely, and I had to run it all the time, so. But now we're going to get to do a little, yeah, here we go. I think we're going to get this.
Grab the Redeemer.
Did we get it? No, we did not get it. No. Why did we not get it? I guess they got him on the way down. Well, that's tough luck.
Attack the center.
And there's nobody here but me, so I'm going to last just about long enough to take this hamster ball out. Yeah.
Attack the center node.
Well, we're down to 1:45, 79 to 59. Could go either way, but it's looking pretty good.
Core is heavily damaged.
Just have to keep an eye on the map as usual, you know. Orb is ready. I could have defended Prime, but we took center anyway, so I want to get the pressure on.
The enemy Prime node.
I've got the orb.
Blue has flood, but it's not ticking down yet, so I'm going for probably not going to get a chance to go for enemy Prime unless they fail in their attack on center there. Which it looks like they may. Yeah, so let me see if I get this. Depending on if there's any defense, which there is not, and there we go. No defense. No defense on Prime. People hanging around in there, but not having the wit to see which way I'm coming. Which isn't really all that easy to do, so I can't blame them. I mean, you know, there's plenty of times when I'm there defending the Prime, and I see the enemy orb incoming, but that doesn't mean I necessarily know which way he's going to show up at. Some of these people, it's like, some of these people can do it. Some of these people can get in here, and they see you coming in with that orb, and when you turn that corner, they're right there. And they're not only right there, but they've already unloaded like 3 rockets right at your ass. That's pretty impressive. I find that hard to do. I need to practice that because
8.
Somehow or another, they know which way you're coming. I guess maybe they just, maybe they just know what you're gonna do. But
1. Overtime.
maybe I just need to come in from the top level more often, which is a little bit harder to deal with. Instead of trying to come in on that bottom door, it's a lot easier to hit the incoming orb when he comes in at ground level. Yeah, now we're in overtime, and yeah, we're ticked down very close here. So you can see, yeah, it's pretty much over at this point. And yeah, so not the next match was much more dramatic because we actually won that with 1 point on our side, but yeah, this is just about it. I was trying desperately to get there to take that one last point, but didn't quite make it. But yeah, very nice game. Have a good evening.